Every day after work, this woman's first stop is the sauna for a solid 50-minute sweat session. She steams herself until sweat is pouring down and her throat feels like the Sahara Desert. Because the ultimate way to enjoy an ice-cold beer is to get really thirsty first, chasing that perfect drinking experience. Kyoko takes her beer rituals very seriously. Every single day, she puts 2 glass cups in the fridge to chill. That way, when she pours the beer, it stays icy cold and no risk of getting a stomachache. As soon as she finishes sweating, she fights through the thirst and races to the supermarket for drinking snacks. Why? Because 7 p.m. is when all the discounts hit. At that time, everything's half-price, pure shopping heaven. Once she's back home with the goods, Kyoko immediately stashes the beer into the fridge. Then she sets a 10-minute countdown. By the time it goes off, her side dishes are perfectly ready. She grabs a beer and a frozen blast from the fridge, pours it slowly down the side to keep the foam under control. By now, Kyoko's throat is dry as dust. So that first beer, gone in one big gulp. And the feeling? Pure bliss. When it's time for the second glass, Kyoko has one rule. Always switch to a new glass because a warm cup ruins the flavor. This time, she takes it slow, pairing every bite of food with a cold sip. A mouthful of food, a gulp of chilled beer. It's the ultimate combo. For a woman who's been single for 36 years and lives for beer, wasting food or drink is a sin, so she never leaves a drop behind. By the time she finishes the last sip, the dishes are squeaky clean, full and satisfied. Kyoko bows deeply to the table, thanking the food for bringing her peak-level happiness.
The boy suddenly stops walking. He glances back for a moment, then without hesitation he turns and runs. After finding cover he quickly hides. It turns out the boy is being hunted by a group of assassins. His father was a wealthy man in the area, but these assassins took everything from him. As long as they eliminate the boy they can rightfully claim the fortune. They call over a bus driver and ask about the boy's whereabouts. The boy watches everything from a distance. To avoid being discovered he chooses a small path. But just as he stops to drink water he hears noises behind him. He quickly hides behind a pile of grass by the roadside, but it turns out it's just a merchant delivering goods. After the merchant slowly walks away the boy prepares to move again, but his water bottle accidentally rolls down the slope. He has no choice but to leave it behind and climb back up, but in the scorching heat he won't last long, so he follows the merchant's footprints forward. Watching the water jug in the merchant's hand he suddenly gets an idea. He waits 5 hours for the merchant to fall asleep. Then he sneaks over and tries to take some food and water, but a merchant nearby is already awake. Before the boy can grab anything he is chased away. After walking for an entire day and night, he reaches his limit, but to escape danger he forces himself to keep going. Just then he spots a small house in the distance. Hope instantly ignites in his heart. He rushes over to check it out. To his delight he finds a well inside, but it turns out the well has long since dried up. Unable to hold on any longer the boy collapses. In his blurred vision he sees a figure approaching from afar. It turns out to be the merchant he met earlier. The kind merchant not only saves him, but also plans to take him to another city. Just as they are about to set off the merchant's dog starts barking wildly at the distance. Confused the merchant walks over to check. He sees people on horseback rushing toward them. The merchant quickly tells the boy to find a place to hide. Soon an old man arrives with his men, surrounding the merchant demanding to know where the boy is. To protect the boy the merchant lies saying he has never seen him, but the old man does not believe him so easily. He finds the well inside the house and throws in a lit match. Luckily the boy is clinging to the edge of the well and remains unseen. But in the next second, the old man raises his shotgun aiming straight into the well.
The man couldn't resist and scooped up a handful of seawater. Just as he was about to drink it, the captain quickly stopped him, because even a single sip would send the brain into extreme dehydration. The group fell into deep despair, but just then, Nick suddenly felt a pencil in his pocket. He immediately drew a map of the sea and began calculating their position. As long as they drifted with the wind, they'd reach a nearby island before long, but the wind at sea is unpredictable. Nick quickly told Jess to unfasten the life raft's safety rope and tie it securely to one end of the raft. Then, using wire, they attached it to a life vest and tossed it into the sea. Just like that, a simple sea anchor was made. It would keep them from drifting in the wrong direction. The group was overjoyed. For the first time, it felt like they had a real shot at survival. Desperately thirsty, they began praying for rain, begging the sky to show mercy. But after all their efforts, the sky remained clear and bright. Despair crept back in. That night, Jack suddenly noticed raindrops falling from the sky. They quickly tore off their clothes to catch the rain. Moments later, a fierce wind picked up, followed by a downpour. They were ecstatic. They hadn't had a drop of water in days. Now, their spirits soared. They were originally a combat air crew. While flying over the Pacific, they'd been forced to crash land due to fuel shortage. As the plane sank, all they had left was a single life raft. When dawn came, they each scanned the horizon, hoping for rescue. But when a search plane flew overhead, no matter how loudly they screamed and waved, they went unnoticed. Days passed quickly. Starving, Jack pulled a bullet from his magazine, removed the spring, and turned it into a makeshift fishhook.
What's the longest kill shot you've ever made? Don't say that you don't know. Every top shelf sniper knows the distance of every ticket they've ever punched, so come on.
3,241 meters.
3,200. A kill shot.
Yeah.
That would put you in...
Top 5 in the world.
Did you make that impossible shot in Yemen May of last year?
I did not participate in, nor do I have any knowledge of any operation in Yemen in May of last year.
Rumor was it was windy. 25 knots east to west with gusts of 40. That would have been a very, very good shot.
3,800 meters. World record.
Kiss the ring of whoever made that shot. Too bad it wasn't you. What?
I've been staring at this gorge every day for the last 6 months, and I gotta say the view is much better over here. You know what I keep thinking about night after night while I sit over there on that platform?
How are you gonna get to my pants?
Well, after that.
Yes, after that. Sorry, please tell me.